Hello everybody, this is Andy, and welcome to episode 1 of All the Mod 6 to the Skies. As you can see very clearly, because there is no world around me, this is a Skyblock pack. This will actually be the first Skyblock pack that I completely play through, and the first thing you've got to do when you get into a Skyblock is mine the tree. So, I'm actually going to be... wait, is this what I want to do? I think there's bedrock down there. So I can do this? Yes, perfect. So what this pack is going to be is an interim pack. I am extremely exhausted of... that dirt's gone forever now. I'm extremely exhausted of GregTech New Horizons, so I'm going to take a couple weeks break, and we'll try and finish this pack in the meantime. Don't worry, it will come back, I promise. It's just GregTech has exhausted me, and I want to play something different. And this is 1.16, so it is assuredly something different. So we're going to need some more trees. I think we have twerking in the pack, right? Or is it like sprinting? Oh, it's like sprinting or something, right? And this should grow? Perfect. Now, please give me more saplings. Thank you. What I'm hoping is this pack will allow us to explore some new mods on the scene, because I've only played 1.12 and 1.7 packs so far, and just have a little bit of fun. This pack does have quests, and it looks like there's a bunch of reading quests, isn't there? I know about most of this stuff, so let's go ahead and think about getting into nihilio. Oh, we get an axe. Nice. This pack, just like all other Skyblocks in the current version of modded Minecraft, has Botania. So this is how we're going to get our cobblestone for the time being. So here's a stack and some change of cobblestone, and I believe, since we have nihilio, what the heck is that? Oh, Silent Gear. We'll need to explore Silent Gear a little bit. I've never actually played with Silent Gear. I believe it makes really good tools, and you don't need to make that stupid smeltery that Tinker's has. And that's not to trash on Tinkers. Tinkers is a wonderful mod, and it has served its time well, but I do think it's time for something new in that regard of modded. So we have a little bit more room now. I should be able to move this stuff off the grass a little bit so I can start using the... wow. Why don't I just make an axe, huh? That sounds like a better idea. Not a pickaxe, one of these. And now this stuff will be able to be moved much easier. Now I can just, do this and run around for a bit. If you know anything about nihilio, you'll know that we need to make a crook. I actually made a compressed one. It's just 4 crooks, in one normal crook pattern, and break the trees in order to get more saplings, more apples, and some silkworms. These can be used for many different things, but for now, let me grow a really big tree, and we can infest the leaves for silk. We're going to need the silk in order to make sieves, which will be the way we get the most resources, or I don't know if it's going to be the way we get most of our resources in this pack, but it's going to be a way that we get our first initial resources. And I'm going to try not to fall off the platform right now. And once you infest the leaves with the silkworms, they will exponentially spread throughout the entire place. I don't know where I've seen that before or where I've heard of that before, but I feel like it might have some like, parallel to the modern world, but, whatever. Our tree's almost infested, which means we can almost harvest it and grab all of its string. I think there's just like 1 leaf up there. Now we should be good. And we get a ton of string from this. So hopefully we only have to do that 1 time. I already went ahead and made 16 string meshes, and let's go ahead and make 16 sieves to go along with them. I'm also going to need a little bit of a platform to set these up on, so why don't I expand out this way just a little bit. Is it the prettiest? No. Is it going to get the job done for the time being? 100%. I might actually make 2 more just to even it out, because I'm pretty sure we can still use all these sieves at the same time. In order to be somewhat more efficient in our hammering, we can make a compressed stone hammer. That thing actually does a fair bit of damage too. Not like we're ever actually gonna need it. And I made 4 of these compressed cobblestones, and now this should turn into 36 gravel. Now, all I have to do is sieve some of this gravel very slowly. Is there a way that I can... okay, if I go right here... no... let me see if I can change this around so we can sieve on all of them at once. All right, here we go. If I do it on this block specifically, we can sieve on every single mesh at the same time. And now that we have some flint, we should be able... That's not really very much flint now, is it? We do get flint from the higher tier meshes, right? At the same rate or a higher rate? A higher rate, actually. So let me upgrade a couple of these. Hopefully, 63 gravel will be enough to get me a bunch more flint and a couple pieces of iron. I need 3 pieces of iron if I want to be able to... Let me finish these off, please. Thank you. I really didn't get anything from that one, did I? That is not 3 pieces of iron. I need 3 iron chunks, and I don't think that's gonna happen. I probably should have sieved directly on these meshes if I wanted that, but I can upgrade 4 more of these sieves now. That's fine with me, actually. The reason I want the iron is because if I make a bucket, I already have 1 bucket, it gives me a lava bucket here, but I need to make a bucket full of water in order to... I don't like how this JEI integrates here, it looks terrible. 1 more water bucket, I can make a cobblegen tier 1. Which would mean that I no longer have to do this, which would be very good. Alright, I sieved just a little bit, and I got 3 iron chunks, which should turn into 3 iron. Huh, I actually didn't know this took exactly 10 seconds. The things you learn. Okay, there's the bucket. Let's take our... Why did it put it on the crafting table? Let's take the ice, break it. This needs to be... There needs to be a block underneath ice for water to form, and you just grab that, and if I am thinking correctly... Oh, I need to make a piece of sand, just like this, so we can have the glass for the center of the cobblestone generator. And that's going to take, not in the crafting table, this is going to take a minute to smelt. And here we go. That's a cobblestone generator. And I think it outputs to the top, though I'm not entirely sure. Let's just go ahead and shove it. Oh, well, it clearly doesn't output to the side. Let's try the top. Yep, looks like that's good. It's not that fast, but it's also not that slow. I'm actually going to switch that chest out for a drawer, because honestly, drawers are just incredible and I love them. Bye-bye Pebble, you have no uses. Okay, it's the next day, and I've let some cobblestone build up. We have 450. I've done a tiny bit of sieving, and I've expanded our platform. This is actually a chunk-based platform. I like to use this in Skyblocks because it allows you to set up things in chunks, keep them a little bit organized, and some multi-block machines have issues with crossing chunk borders, so this should solve that issue as long as I build within these 7 by 7 squares. It's actually, if you want to build it yourself, a 17 by 17 square. One edge goes, or well, 2 of the edges go directly along the chunk border. You press F9 to see these chunk borders, by the way. And so these 2 are the ones that go along the chunk border. And one of them goes slightly over. So you see it's on the other chunk. So technically, if I force load this chunk, this bit's not going to be loaded, but I don't like to build on these things anyways, so it's not really an issue. The next step I need to do is probably make a wooden crucible so I can get a little bit more water so we can make an infinite source. I don't think this needs any like fire underneath it or anything. We only need the torch source or whatever to make, what is it, lava? Yeah, my brain's not working. I can't make wooden shears. I need to smelt up a little bit of iron in order to make iron shears. As you can see, I have a couple of pieces right here. So, water is made with leaves, I believe, and we should just be able to shove them in here, and over time, as you can see in the top left, it will tick up and we will get water. I don't think there's any way to make it go faster, so we might as well just wait. Let's actually make a second one so we can get both source blocks at the same time. And good. While that's happening, I have, I believe, just exactly enough cobblestone to make an entire stack of this compressed cobblestone, which is what I'm using to hammer. Yeah, we just had just over enough. So let's do it, do the hammering thing just like this, and we can use, I need to make one actually. We can use a wand to make this process slightly easier. That just requires that you do this, and you can place multiple blocks at once. I'm going to, explain things a little bit better in this pack because this is a very popular pack right now. It's a much more mainstream pack than some of the expert packs that I like to play. So I assume there will be more people here that have never seen my content before and don't necessarily like expert packs all that much. So or they're very new to modded Minecraft. So I'm going to explain a little bit better than usual, and hopefully get some new fans out of it. You know, maybe I can convince some people that they actually like expert packs. But I can now sieve all 9 of these stacks. And once again, I can do 80 at a time, which is, or 18 pieces of gravel at a time, which is really nice. Also, while I'm doing this, I do want to mention that I'm not a very big base builder. I am building a base in my GregTech New Horizons series, but in most packs, I will just live out in the open, especially in Skyblock packs. I will not be building walls on this base, and I will not be decorating. The biggest decoration you get is these outlines here. Sorry guys, I'm all about the automation, and if that's something you like, feel free to stick around. While we're waiting for this water to finish up really quickly, let's do a nice little trick to multiply our dirt. So if we turn this into coarse dirt and make a, let's make a cobblestone one, might as well. Can I turn this cobblestone back into normal cobblestone? Doesn't look like it. That's a little unfortunate, but you know, I can just grab a couple here. It's not really an issue. I think we need a hoe, and then if I place all of this dirt, say, right over here, I think I can hoe it and turn it back into normal dirt. And technically, that just doubles our dirt output. I don't think this is intended, but I'm definitely going to abuse it, because getting dirt the old-fashioned way is terrible. I've now gotten an extra whole stack of dirt, it looks like exactly, and these water things are done. So we can make an infinite source, just like this, and I want to grab a couple of barrels. I did make them, didn't I? Okay, yes, I did. These are very simple to craft. That's the crafting recipe, and I want to put them, I don't know, right here is fine for now. A little bit of symmetry. What you can do is put a little bit of water in there, and you take some dust that you get by hammering gravel into sand and then sand into the dust. Same way you do the gravel. It's exactly the same process for each step, and you put it in the barrel and it turns into clay. Clay is what was stopping us from going any further. So I'm going to go ahead and make a bunch of this really quickly, and I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, I did 27 blocks of clay. We can convert this all down to clay balls, might as well. And then what we can do is take some bone meal. Do I have it on me? I think I put it in here. Yes, I did. Usually what you do to get bone meal is use a vanilla composter, which is a very simple recipe. You can just put things like silkworms and stuff in here, and it'll turn into bone meal once you put enough in. However, I got a stack of it from one of the quest rewards, so we don't need to do that. I'm going to make, let's see, let's make, I don't know, 4 crucibles, why don't we? That'll make everything much faster. And I believe this is the recipe for the crucibles. Yep, we just need to fire them up now, and everything should be good to go. What we can do with these is take our torches, which are in here, and set them up, say, I don't know, right here for now, and we can put the crucible on top of them, and it will turn into lava. So, put the crucible right here, and grab a couple pieces of cobblestone. I believe the ratio is still, it is 4 cobblestone to 1 bucket of lava. It just takes forever to turn into lava. I think uranium provides a better heat source, and I have a bunch. Let's actually try and make a couple blocks of this. With a bit of uranium, we can turn it into a block, and I believe, if I remember correctly, this is a 20x heat source instead of a 1x heat source. So if I replace this with the uranium block, this will go much faster. All right, that's awesome. I'm only going to be able to replace 2 of these right now, but 2 of them might be quite good enough. And there we go, we got a full bucket of lava right there, and what I actually want to do with this is pick up this sand, because I need a little bit of sand. I needed that sand to turn into a couple pieces of glass, because I want to upgrade my cobble gen. So now I can get rid of this bad boy, and it's actually really hard to break apparently. You remember how fast this thing is? I showed you just a couple minutes ago. Hopefully this thing is substantially faster. Yeah, that's maybe one every 5 ticks, 6 ticks, maybe 3 a second, 4 a second, somewhere around there. That's pretty good. And now that I've got this bad boy and we can produce cobblestone incredibly quickly, I need to do a little bit more sieving. So I'm probably gonna watch some YouTube or watch a TV show and get a bunch of items, and we can come back and try to produce a little bit of power. Okay, I've been sieving for a little bit. I've got a bunch of stuff and I've thrown it in drawers just so it'll be a little more organized. Also, I've realized this isn't centered. That is an issue I will solve soon enough, but not at this moment. What I want right now is a drawer controller. I have the diamond for it. They're actually not all that rare when you sieve 600 things at a time. But I don't have any nether quartz. We need to sieve crushed netherrack or soul sand to get this, and I think we might as well go ahead and make a netherrack generator. The way I understand it, this pack has weird like pedestal generators, and we just need to get, I think, wow, that almost flew directly off, 5 pieces of netherrack first, and then we'll be able to use those 5 pieces to create basically infinite netherrack. These things are pretty easy to make. I just need a little bit of dye. The only issue is green dye, which I'm going to sieve some dirt for and hopefully get some cactus seeds. I think there's one right there actually. Wow, my inventory is so full. Is that one right there? Yes. Okay. So if I get a piece of sand, I don't have any. Sand, cactus, take the cactus, and smelt it up into the cactus thing. I also needed the reason I needed 5 netherrack is because I need 1 nether brick underneath the pedestal and 1 netherrack to go on top of it. If you see here, I believe that's what this means. Okay, I need a piece of lapis, and I think this has to actually be converted. Yeah, it's not natively blue dye anymore. I found a poppy, or actually I grew a poppy, and now, is this not, oh, I have to convert it. Interesting. Is that vanilla? I don't really know. Whatever. And also, luckily, I think I have 2 diamonds. Yes, perfect. I'll need to remember to actually, I did make a drawer key. I'm going to lock that, and then I'll take the diamond so it doesn't lose its spot. Okay, this makes the upgrade base, and I think I need a bucket of water and a bucket of lava to make the cobblestone generator thing, and we can decide what kind of like generator or like rock generator type thing we do by putting the netherrack on top of it. I think I just need to make the pedestal, and that's completely doable. And why don't we put it right here next to our other generator? So, nether brick, just like that. Pedestal, just like that. Cobblestone pedestal on the side. I think that's how you do it. And oh, I don't even need to put the netherrack on top. It's literally just there. And it gives me netherrack. I think the pipes, the item, fluid, whatever energy pipes from the pipes mod is how we're going to transfer items in the early game. So I do need a drawer, and I'll just use a compacting drawer for this. We'll shove it just like that, and hopefully if we do this, it should be able to pull out, except I need a tool. It's a very cheap tool for this mod, literally just 2 pieces of flint, and if I, is it shift click? And yeah, it transfers 4 items every 26 ticks, or 4 items every second into here. And if I just go ahead and lock both of these drawers, we should begin getting just netherrack forever and cobblestone forever. I don't know why it doesn't show the cobblestone in this thing right here, but it just doesn't. And now I can sieve as much crushed netherrack as I want. And there's another quartz that I need. And there we go, that's the drawer controller. What we can do with this is place it next to any drawers. I believe it has a 12 block range in every direction, so it covers a 12 by 12 space as long as there are drawers or trim connecting them. And you can lock and unlock, you can interact with all drawers at once from this thing, you can pipe items out of it, you can pipe items into it, and if you say, oh, there's no diamonds in there anymore. That's because I unlocked it, I think. That's actually a good update to this version, but my diamond is gone now. I didn't expect that. But as I was saying, if you were to, like, say, have a bunch of this random junk in your inventory, you can just hold right click on the drawer and it'll shove all of the stuff that can fit in the drawer into the drawer here. So let me go ahead. I have a couple more drawers. I'm going to put them on. Remember how I mentioned trim actually? This is how you make it. It's really simple, sticks and planks. Let's use a little bit of it so we can store a bunch of our stuff in this drawer controller. So I'm going to pull a trim out this way, I think, just a little bit, so we'll have a little bit of room, and let's put all of our generators right here actually. And I'll go ahead and, it's basically just like drawer wiring. It's really cheap drawer wiring too. So what I can do is say, put the cobble gen. Actually, let me think about how I want to do this. This sort of thing works for me, honestly. It's basically just lowered below, and then I'm connecting the drawers to the other drawers with this trim. Okay, now that we've got all of that set up, as I was trying to mention earlier, but I got distracted, let's set up some power generation. It's not going to be very good right now, but it will be something. And there's my pipe wrench. So what we're going to use is we're going to use lava for power. This stuff will produce lava, I think, fast enough that we'll be able to use the magmator from power to get power for now. What I'm going to do is use 2 of these fired crucibles and put their liquids into a tank down here. I just made a basic fluid tank. The actually going down when you shift thing really gets to me. It's just not something I'm used to at all right now. These recipes from Powa are kind of microcrafting in the worst way, but there's a starter one. We don't really care for the starter one. We want the upgraded one, and that's going to require 2 more iron and 6 more iron. Perfect, I already have it, and I can probably just go ahead and craft it right here, right? Yep, basic. Okay, this generates 70 RF per tick, and we are going to have to put lava into here. Let's just give it a little bit of room and use another fluid pipe. Once again, oh, bye-bye cobblestone. I'm going to need to replace that. Once again, the shifting thing is getting to me. So hopefully this gets sent into here, and this thing just begins to produce power. I'm also going to make an energy cell so we can store 1,000,000 extra power and IO 2.5k RF per tick instead of just the 200 per tick that you can extract from this thing. So if we have any big power draw situations, we can deal with that instead of being limited by the output of this thing. And there are also energy cables for this mod, so if I place this here, this thing should begin to drain, and this thing should begin to fill up. And I believe we're producing lava faster than we're using it still, even with this thing. So this is kind of a great situation to be in. What we're able to do now is make a line. It's just going to be however many cables I have left, and we can put all of our power consumers along this line. However, for now, why don't we go ahead and call it a day there? We're producing power, we can come back next time and try to get some machines going. Or, well, we will get some machines going, spoiler alert. I will try to completely automate the sieving of materials using these auto hammers and auto sieves, and hopefully we can try and think about getting a unified inventory using applied energistics. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, maybe leave a like or something. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.